Every now and then, I'm seeing people, they see these videos from China and Europe and can't simply understand why Nigerian architects, engineers, and builders are not doing the same, and exploring opportunities in prefabricated builds. So don't get me wrong, because unless you just want to be intentionally tangential, we all agree that the speed, the fact that you can predict when your building will be ready, the quality control, as well as the cost saving advantages are very obvious. And also added to the fact that to meet the 20 million housing shortage, a 21st century manufacturing process will help us bridge this gap quickly. But regardless, lots of local barriers that makes this beyond just an housing or construction or engineering issue. In essence, what I am saying is the housing and construction or engineering component only makes up about 15% of that value chain. So even though there is a will, there is the skill, there is the expertise, there is the capacity to do this, more than 85% of what that ecosystem needs is not in place yet. And for businesses, the conversation is in ecosystems, in infrastructure first before production. And that is what Dangote had to provide the construction infrastructure, trained more than 30,000 workers, engineers, artisans to sustain the refinery, the power infrastructure, the transportation and logistic infrastructure, even constructed a deep sea port to support logistics and transportation of the refinery parts and equipment before embarking on the main refinery construction. Because in Nigeria, you can't build or provide world-class housing or world-class systems without first providing the infrastructure to support it. Imagine that a prefab factory has to wait 3 to 6 months because that is literally how long it takes for you to get approval before you can start manufacturing. So layer on that the hidden cost of bureaucracy, the fact that our planning and zoning laws have not evolved enough to catch up with the economics of scale that will be needed to power and drive a prefab manufacturing process. Another factor in this conversation is logistics and transportation. What about installation equipment, machineries, tools, as well as the human resources that is needed to do these installations? And on top of it all, the bigger elephant in the room is the readiness of the market to standardize building processes. Why it's good and important that we upscale our building and construction industry to meet global standards, we should also remember that there is a business side to these things. And just the same way many of us would not invest in a market with just 15% certainty, it is in that same light that we can't unlock the possibilities and the advantages of prefabricated and standardized building and housing solutions until we get the basic foundations right. First, updating our planning and zoning laws and resolving our power and energy crisis, and also make industrialization and manufacturing attractive to investors and the private sector, and also putting proper transportation infrastructure in place. Well, unless we expect another Dangote in the prefab housing space, I hope this helps.